I think everyone in the world, but for me, who I'm speaking to specifically, women, around that certain part of your cycle, you start kind of feeling like you have fallen off. Or for me, I always feel like all the good habits that I was on, everything I was doing prior to my luteal phase starting, I feel like I'm not doing them anymore. I don't have energy. I'm drinking so much coffee. I don't want to do anything. That happens to me about once a month. And it's so weird because you would think I would see it coming, but I don't. It's always like well, recently it's not been so much of a hard crash because I've tried to really prepare for it recently, but it used to be such a hard crash for me. Like, I'm doing so good and then I just crash into the ground and I feel like I'm starting over. But I've compiled a list of things that I do to find myself again, and I want to pass them on to you. So, I'm most likely speaking to women in their luteal phase, but loud motorcycle. But you could use this, anyone could use this that's feeling down and wants to come back to themselves. But I'm going to be specifically speaking to women in their luteal phase. So, step number one, and this, I'm going to say it to you exactly how I say it to myself, and that is call it what it is. Don't run from it. Don't pretend like it isn't happening. Call it what it is and just sit in it. Because you know what? At the end of the day, almost everything is just a feeling. It's not that scary. It's not, it's everything's fine. You're in your luteal phase. You feel off. You haven't gone to the gym in a few days. You can't get your makeup right. It's, call it what it is. It's just that time. It'll pass just like the good time passed. And then it'll be the good time again. And then that'll pass and this will be back. Don't try to run from it. Just call it what it is. Step number two, anchor yourself. What do I mean by this? So, the way that I do this, it's kind of weird, but for me, my anchor is my fake tan. So, I fake tan once a week, no breaks. And my boyfriend thinks I'm crazy for that. Well, he's gotten used to it at this point, but a lot of people think I'm kind of crazy for that because if you fake tan, you know that it's kind of a process to do, but I do it once a week, no breaks, because it's how I anchor myself. I am I'm kind of like I can be a sponge a little bit for bad moods of other people or stuff like that. And so the way that I cleanse my aura is by my fake tan. I scrub off the old one, and with a fake tan, you have to really scrub. So I scrub it off, and I sit in the smooth baby's bottom feeling. I get in the hot bath, and then a few hours later, I put on a fresh layer of fake tan. So what that does for me is it's like a starting over. It's a fresh page. That whole era is over. We are starting going into something new. And so that's a really good anchoring ritual for me. Sometimes also I will go to yoga. Like for me, yoga is very grounding. Uh, it's someone telling you what to do so you don't have to think. You just push yourself, and then at the end of it, you meditate. What could be more grounding than that? So I will find some way to anchor myself. A lot of times, a YouTube video can anchor me if I need something quickly. I really love Margarita Nazarenko. She's one of my favorite YouTubers, and she's become a real anchor for me, especially since I watched a lot of her videos when I was going through stuff. And so her voice is very calming for me. I put her on while I'm fake tanning, on my walk to yoga. She's kind of become like an anchor for me. But find your YouTube channels. I also like Mel Robbins, but sometimes Mel Robbins can be a little bit too positive for me if I'm feeling really down in the dumps. Um, but you guys, if you watch Margarita Nazarenko, she's really like black and white, tell it like it is, and I kind of need that when I'm in that phase. Number three, move your body. And so many people say this, and I hated hearing it. But the fact of the matter is that it's true. If my thoughts are disorganized, I can't figure out what I want, I don't have the energy to do anything, If I take a walk and I walk until I feel like everything's organized and I just give myself space to breathe and to think, and I just walk. Like I just tell myself, Esther, you don't have to do anything except walk. By the time you're done with the walk, all your problems will have fixed themselves. Because the fact of the matter is that they will. Because while you're walking, you're breathing, you're moving your body, your thoughts are getting more organized, and your so called problems, which most of the time aren't real problems, will fix themselves if you walk. So even if it's just 20 minutes, if I'm feeling so irritated at the world that I can only do 20 minutes of a walk, I will do a walk. I'm not a cardio person. I'm sure if you are a cardio person, running would be so much more therapeutic. I don't do that, but if you're like me, a walk. Especially this works for me with anger because I have trouble expressing anger. Like I kind of shut down, and you don't want to do that. Because then you're holding it in yourself. So I do this thing where that I actually call like anger walks. And so if I'm angry at somebody or something, I will just walk until I feel total peace, until the anger is all out of my body. Number 4 is clean one space. This is similar to moving your body. At least it works similarly for me. Because a lot of times, if I tell myself, Esther, you don't have to do anything, you can just clean this one space, put on music that you like, you can have whatever you want while you're cleaning it, any audiobook you want, but clean this one space, and then you can sulk in the corner all you want. And you know what happens most of the time? I clean the one space, and then I see something in the bathroom, and I clean the bathroom. A lot of times that happens because your mind starts working while your hands are busy. So as you're cleaning, you want to keep cleaning, you want to keep working. And by the time you've finished, your mind feels organized. You feel like you know what you need to do. The answers come to you, right? Because they're in you all along. And on top of that, your space is clean. So that is usually if I absolutely can't convince myself to walk, I'll give myself the option of cleaning. So one or the other, you choose. Number 5 is kind of funny. I started doing this a while ago because this was before I got into this whole area of YouTube, but I started noticing that I feel so great sometimes, and then other times it's like I forgot how great I was. I don't even know how to do my makeup like that girl. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take pictures of my makeup while it's good so that I can recreate it when I can't figure out how to do it. And so I started doing this thing where anytime I feel really great or really pretty or really powerful, I'll take a picture of myself, like even 10, let's be honest. And I started looking at them when I couldn't figure out how to do my makeup. What was really happening was I was ovulating and then it was a luteal phase. But this is before I was all aware about this. But now it's become an actual practice where if I feel especially good, and I know it's not actually my makeup now. I know looking at it now, it's just you feel great about yourself. You're not holding water while you're ovulating, all that stuff. And now I will take pictures of myself so that I can remember when I'm luteal that this is going to pass and you're going to be her again. Like, this is actually a beautiful part of your cycle. It's a part of your cycle that's forcing you to rest. And you don't have to be her right now. She'll be back. She's still there. Number 6 is, and this is what I do. Okay, if I start doing this, it means I'm feeling so bad that I couldn't force myself to go on a walk. And I'm just looking for anything to just start feeling better. And this is to look at yourself from a third person perspective. Or what really works is look at yourself from as if you are your own best friend. Meaning, if you have a best friend, imagine that it's her going through this and not you. Imagine how gentle and how much love you would feel for her. If my best friend was telling me that I feel so gross and I all I want to do is sit on the couch, but that's not good enough, blah blah blah, I would feel so much love for her, like, baby girl, relax. This is a natural part of your cycle. Your hormones are raging right now. You're a woman. This is your body needing rest. This is your body not needing to be productive. The amount of understanding and love that I would have if it was my best friend going through this, we need to be able to have that for ourselves. And so the way that I'll force myself to do that sometimes is to just pretend, instead of my best friend sitting here doing this, it's instead of me sitting here doing this, it's my best friend. Number 7, very simple but very effective. It's gonna pass. If you have to, look at your tracker app where you track your period and look at how many days you have left. Visualize actually it passing, because I know, I know that it is so hard to focus on anything past this this area you're in, this hard time, this negativity, this like not wanting to do anything. I know that it's hard to tell yourself this is going to pass. You feel like it's going to be here forever. You feel like this is the new you, but the fact of the matter is it's not. Look back at all the past months that this has happened. I can scroll up on my tracker app and I can see all the other luteal phases I've had. Then I can see all the other ovulation phases after them, all the follicular days, and I can see that, you know what, this freaking passes every time. I will literally count the days though. Number 8 is don't be afraid to open up to people. I recently, in the last few months, opened up to my boyfriend and I told him, hey, these are the kind of thoughts I have whenever I'm luteal. I realize it's my responsibility to like answer for them, but at the same time, I feel very vulnerable during these days. I just need love from you. And I basically explained to him how he should be and what I needed from him. And a lot of times, the thoughts that you have when you're going through that, they are a little bit insecure. And a woman like me, I try to not show any insecurity, be a strong front, be someone people can rely on. But it felt really good to just share that, to just let him see that I'm a person. I'm going through a hard time. I get insecure thoughts. I feel insecure about myself. And just opening up and being vulnerable and letting him see that part of me, it helped because then he was able to show me love and understanding. And then it's easier to show it to yourself when you see it modeled, right? Number 9 is kind of small, but every little bit helps. And that is small acts of beauty. Spray perfume on yourself if you can't look at yourself in the mirror. Because sometimes I have to do that. Brush out your hair, wash your hair, do a hair mask, do anything. I swear the tiniest thing will make you feel better. Like if I can't do anything else, I will wash my hair. I will spray perfume on myself. I will put on something cute, even to just be around the house. Do the smallest thing that you can do to make yourself feel better, because I swear it's like a ladder. You just have to start somehow. And I'm giving you 10 ways that you can start, so you have no excuses now. And number 10 is honor your cycle, which you kind of don't really have a choice because the cycle's coming whether you honor it or not. But you do have a limited amount of cycles that you're going to have in your life. And the fact of the matter is that they are seasons, and you need every single season. The follicular and the ovulation was great, but now it's fall. And now we go inside and we're not outside playing in the sun so much. We go into ourselves, and it's kind of like a spiritual detox, or it can be if you let it. I'm able to confront things I don't really want to confront when I'm ovulating, when I'm luteal. And that's so important. Without any kind of detox, old stuff just sits there. And I get a lot of crying done. I get a lot of confrontation done. A lot of times, any weak points in my relationship, even the tiniest little things, I'll bring them to the surface. And it's annoying probably, but it's all making things better. Just don't forget that the real you is never gone. She's just changing. You're not a man, you're not on a 24-hour cycle. So love her back to life and just be kind to yourself.